A lady. So I'll put it in my bag because we don't want to mix it up. Right, man? So you're going to do the 22 clusters.
Just to get into the newspapers, I'm going to walk with you, okay? You'll be my best friend for 22 kilometers.
Your best spot.
Maybe next year, maybe are we going to settle?
No, I'm just shooting snippets of the video for.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Salt March Coordinating Committee, we'd like to welcome all of you to our third annual Salt March. Before we begin this process, we'll observe a minute of silence for those who have lost their life in violence. So we'll observe that silence now. Thank you. Thank you all for being here and being part of this very important non-violent march that we're undertaking. We will begin the proceedings of this morning with an interfaith prayer, and this is going to be offered by Sheikh Banda. while Sheikh Banja prays, our guest here, the Consul General of India, Ila Gandhi, and our little girl who's from Phoenix Settlement will light the torch.
In the name of God, the most merciful, most gracious, most kind, we, the people, come in prayer to the source of all justice, truth, and peace on behalf of our cities, our nation, our world. We ask you, help us to accept the challenge of AIDS, to protect the health and calm the fearful, to give courage to those in pain, to embrace the dying and comfort the bereaved, to care for the orphans and support those in need. Unite us in your love and free us from fear. Make us instruments of peace. Where there's ignorance and superstition, let there be enlightenment and knowledge. Where there's prejudice and hatred, let there be acceptance and love. Where there's fear and suspicion, let there be confidence and trust. Where there's tyranny and oppression, let there be freedom and justice. Where there's poverty and disease, let there be prosperity and health. Where there's strife and discord, let there be harmony and peace. We ask you, Almighty God, to create a culture of respect and non-violence. As we begin our journey of 22 kilometers, may this spirit of Satyagraha and Ubuntu live with us now and when we finish this short march. Let each one of us pledge to uphold justice, truth, and peace. Our world is sustained by three things: justice, truth, and peace. May we, by our thoughts, work, and deeds, hasten the time when wrong and violence shall cease, that there will be justice in the land, truth amongst its people, and peace established throughout the earth. May peace prevail on earth. Amen.
Thank you very much, Sheikh Banda, for the prayer. We would like all of you to note that this is a non-violence march. It's not a race, and there's some rules that go with it. And Gayatri Maraj is going to tell us the rules.
Good morning to you all. Participants, please remember, this is not a race or a competition, it is a march or a walk. Therefore, the pace will be determined by the marshals at the front. All participants are requested to adhere to the coordinators and marshals' advice and instructions at all times. All participants are expected to march or walk within the demarcated areas determined by the marshals. Walkers who cannot manage to continue or complete the distance must get onto the transport that is provided by the organizers, which will transport walkers to the finish. Walkers must accept advice from marshals and the medical team. Every participant must ensure that he or she is registered for the march by having a money bag containing the following: the entry form, which must be filled in properly and handed in at the finish or at the beginning. Incomplete entry forms will not be drawn for prizes. A voucher for a t-shirt, a voucher for Coke and meal at the finish, and a voucher for a medal. Please produce your vouchers for t-shirts, medals, meal, and Coke. Portable toilets will be provided. Also, garages have been approached to use their toilets. For health reasons, please ensure that toilets are used in the best possible manner. Toilet paper will be available at the toilets, and lead vehicles. An appeal is being made to participants to deposit all litter into the bins that are provided along the route. Adults are encouraged to assist juniors in whatever way possible to ensure that they arrive at the finish safely. The Gandhi Salt March Organizing Committee will not be held responsible for any injury, loss or damage to property. Water points, fruit, water and cool drink will be provided, and all participants, especially the elderly, should drink adequate water, etc. Participants taking part in the 5 kilometers, the 10 kilometers and the 15 kilometers must get onto the bus at the designated distance en route, and they will be taken to the finish. All participants are requested to gather at the marquee at the finish, where the torch will be lit and a message will be delivered. This proceeding will be for 15 minutes. Thereafter, the presentations will be made and meals served. Emergency contact numbers are Ronnie Govender, 071 455 803, Nireshni Govender, 084 022 553, Devin Pillay, 084 701 6078, Prakash Nanji, 082 705 6666, T's Govender, 083 785 4333. Enjoy the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Gayatri Maharaj. Many of you have this information that has just been read by Gayatri. It was given to you when you signed your form, so that you have those emergency numbers with you. You'll see there's marshals that will be guiding you along, so you need to, any queries you have, you can speak to them. We just got a very short message from our eThekwini municipality, and that's going to be offered by Shah Maharaj.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies. I know all of you would want to start the march now, so a very brief message from the Office of the Mayor and the eThekwini municipality. We are very happy and pleased to be associated with this walk for the last 3 years. The principles of Satyagraha and Ubuntu is what we would like to promote, as well as peace and harmony amongst all people of this land here. We have been associated with this race, or shouldn't say race, the walk, for the last 3 years, and we have seen and we appreciate that this number of people have grown from year to year. This year we are very, very happy to see so many people are here, and surely next year we will be again supporting this march, and we hope many other people will come through, and this can become one of the leading walks in the country. So thank you very much for this brief message opportunity. May all of us obey the rules and arrive at our destination in peace and harmony and safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Sham. And that was a message from the eThekwini municipality. A few announcements. Can all the marshals get behind me? All the marshals? We want people to just observe a few minutes of patience. Our leaders here are going to walk in front. They'll lead the march, and all of us are going to follow them. Only marshals at the front of the gate, and just let's wait for Ila Gandhi, the Consul General of India, to make the way to the start.
So you join the march?
Until the guys are going to bend in front of the fort.
Put our hands together, ladies and gentlemen.
Ungiveze indabeni bengikhona.
Ayisadeshi.
Wathi ngito ngaphambi.
Ayisadeshi.
Hey, it's uncle. We're going out again.
ETV or
Only half the sea we're going through now.
Where's the bus?
Hi, Satish.
Running now?
Gesund mal.
Just give the big dog. No running.
Yeah.
must be in the video.
Look at this, man. Hey, this is grand.
Italia. Show you my outfit. What up?
hand here. Give me a hand here. There's a vehicle that's cutting across there, and you just stop the rocket. Okay.
Say bye. Say bye.
Smile a while.
We have to talk it. Oh, we have to press. Oh. So we have to
When you get us the baby.
Translate.
जिसको देख के दुखी हुआ कुर्बान और गीता का मतवाला नवा थली में खून की होली हैवानों ने खेली दया की मूरत बापू से ये पीड़ा गई न झेली तन पे लंगोटी हाथ में डंडा होठों पे थी प्रेम की बानी नगर नगर पैदल फिरता था अच्छी
แทบอร่อยนะ
Actually, unfortunately,
Oh, ngavela TV. You think I'm in the camera?
मेरे गीत सुने दुनिया ने मगर मेरा दर्द कोई ना जान सका ना जान सका इश्क तेरा सहारा था दिल को इश्क तेरा सहारा था तू भी न मुझे पहचान सका तू भी न मुझे पहचान सका बचपन के गीत पुराने आज तुझे क्यों याद लगे मेरी कहानी
Hi there. Thank you.
फिर रही गरीबी भक्तों की से महादेव मेरी लाज रहे भेद धरूं क्या राम भक्त से रामायण लो नारायण की अमर कथा को नारायण लो राम सखा को
Jewelers Ooh game is brought to you with the compliments of my Yuri's. Win a night away, all expenses paid with East Coast Radio and Mango. Be ready anytime this week with your bags packed because when you...
Celebrating country. Where are they going to? Benfica. Yeah. Oh, they're against it.
Oh, the bridge, yeah?
Follow the van. Follow the van. Macam apa?
Thank you.
What was the issue around salt in India?
Walkers, please keep to the left lane. Walkers, please keep to the left lane.
Watch the camera stand.
Yeah, Jason warning now for buses. Too late now. Yeah.
You lazy, literally.
Yeah, I think the guy tried 3 or 4 times. And eventually, I think we didn't hear.
You've seen some of your students there.
Which two of them, yeah? You have been easier than us. I saw Arjun, move a little front, Arjun. Kevin, we have to stop.
Just bring my van.
We'll join you at Blue Lagoon. Okay,
Okay.
get to.
I'm going to stay at. Come
The other end. Is it better for me to walk or you can walk?
And Kista Governor, 93 Falcon Street, Karwastan. The body will lie in state at the residence, proceeding to the Mobeni Heights crematorium at 3:30. We at Lotus FM sympathize with the bereaved families.
Neolin Abbey, putting a smile on your dial. Lotus FM. Definitely cool, that I must tell you, and live from... What is this place called again?
This is the South African Naval Base.
The other day, they were supposed to change this and make it into a Bollywood studio.
Yes, absolutely. On 3 quarters of for movie production. So it's the old South African Naval Base, what we know it as.
Okay, so let's go to Altaf and find out what's the latest. I believe the North Coast are on there. Hi, Al.
Hey, G'day, morning. How you guys doing?
Great, Altaf. How are you doing so far?
I'm well. The Gandhi Salt March is certainly an inspiration to South Africa. So let me give you a brief on the significance of the Salt March. So the Salt March is a reenactment of the original Salt March in India that took place on April 6th back in 1930. This march was organized by Gandhiji and was regarded as his biggest and most powerful defiance campaign. And the primary objective of the Gandhi March was to achieve full independence of India, and Gandhiji mobilized hundreds of people from all over India and marched 241 miles in 24 days from the Savarati ashram in Ahmedabad to the tiny Gita village of Gandhi. And I can guarantee this march, Dion, is certainly an amazing feeling being a part of the Salt March. Third year it is running, absolutely successful, and year on year the increase of participants have certainly increased by over 100%. And at the moment, current location as to where we are, we're still on North Coast Road, and we're just entering the Volga Hill area. So that's exactly where we are at the moment, and I'll certainly keep you updated, and we'll definitely be chatting to some of the marchers, and that's the part of the Salt March en route to Durban. 22 kilometers of walking, probably around 9 kilometer mark, and also some of the dignitaries that are here today, that's the Deputy Mayor, Logan Moody, together with the Indian Consul General here in South Africa. Well, first of all, we said that, be back in about 25 minutes time.
Thank you, Al.
That's what you are, and forevermore, though near or far, like a song of love that clings to me, like a thought of love that clings to me. Never before someone unforgettable in every way, unforgettable. That's how you stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable is unforgettable too. That's how you stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable things that I am unforgettable too. Leading avenues on the radio today. People ever free, together love away. I can't wait to be there in line. Oh no, politicians are free to honor and obey.
our salt marchers a big hand. Ladies and gentlemen, if we can ask all our marchers to assemble here. Well done, ladies and gentlemen. Give yourselves a big hand. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the third Salt March. And we would like to congratulate all of you for having taken this very long walk on a very hot day. And to congratulate also our walkers in front here, including the Consul General of India, Mr. Shringla, and our very own Ella Gandhi. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our guests. If we could ask the Deputy Mayor, Mr. Logi Naidu, to join us. As you're all aware, this is the third Salt March, and it is being held on a very significant year in that it coincides with the 30th anniversary of the death of another freedom fighter, Stephen Bantu Biko. It also coincides with the death of another great son of KwaZulu-Natal, Nobel Peace Prize winner, a man who pursued non-violence in the true spirit of Gandhiji, the very famous Chief Albert Luthuli. So ladies and gentlemen, we are very proud that you decided on this very hot day to commemorate the Salt March, which is a very memorable event, not only in the life of South Africa, and not only in the pursuit of non-violence in South Africa and in India, but even more importantly, in this day, the pursuit of non-violence internationally. We're very happy, Mr. Deputy Mayor, that you also made it to the final point, the finish line. We also wondered whether you had had a lack of salt and got a cramp and never made it. So we're very happy to see that you are full of salt also. We would now like to call upon the Deputy Mayor, Consul General of India, and Mrs. Ella Gandhi to light the torch. Give them a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to now ask our band to please sing or play the national anthem for us. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'd now like to hand over to my co-host, Tracy Semple.
Thank you, Vas. It gives me great pleasure to call upon Pandit Bharat and Sheikh Banda to lead us in an interfaith prayer.
The Almighty God, the most gracious, the most kind, we the people come in prayer to the source of all justice, truth, and peace on behalf of our cities, nation, and world. We ask you to help us accept the challenge of AIDS, to protect the health and calm the fearful, to give courage to those in pain, to embrace the dying and comfort the bereaved, to care for the orphans and support those in need. Unite us in your love and free us from fear.
Make us instruments of your peace. Where there is ignorance and superstition, let there be enlightenment and knowledge. Where there is prejudice and hatred, let there be acceptance and love. Where there is fear and suspicion, let there be confidence and trust. Where there is tyranny and oppression, let there be freedom and justice. Where there is poverty and disease, let there be prosperity and health. Where there is strife and discord, let there be harmony and peace.
We ask you, Almighty God, to create a culture of respect and non-violence as we end this journey of 22 kilometers walk. May this spirit of Satyagraha and Ubuntu live with us now and when we finish this short march. Let's each one of us here pledge to uphold justice, truth, and peace.
Our world is sustained by three things: justice, truth, and peace. May we, by our thoughts, work, and deeds, hasten the time when wrong and violence shall cease, that there may be justice in the land, truth amongst all its people, and peace established throughout the earth. May peace prevail on earth. Amen.
Thank you very much. On such a significant day, it gives me great pleasure to welcome a significant person in the life of our city, our Deputy Mayor Logie Naidu, to bring us a message from the city.
Well, thank you very much, Program Directors, Mrs. Leela Gandhi, our distinguished guests, the Consul General of India, Mr. Harsh Shringla, our walkers, ladies and gentlemen. I thought after 22 Ks they'll give me a chair, you know. So if I'm not at City Hall tomorrow, you know who to blame. Friends, today is yet another auspicious day in the calendar of events in our beautiful city. This is the city of Mahatma Gandhi. We walked from that spiritual homestead to the beachfront, 22 kilometers, and as you know, the salt march that was undertaken by Gandhiji and the Satyagrahis was a symbolic and a peaceful demonstration of civil disobedience against British rule in India. It was based on the salt tax that the British were wanting to impose on the poor people of the Indian subcontinent, preventing people from going to the coast and getting their own salt. And as you know, if you're having curry and rice, there must be salt. So you can understand the uprising against the salt tax that the British imposed. So today is a symbolic march to make people aware, to continue to strive for the ideals of Gandhiji, to pray and to work for a peaceful society, to pray that our non-racial democracy will grow from strength to strength. And we as a people who come from a dark past, more than any other, today want to celebrate this occasion, knowing that today we enjoy freedom under the African sun. We want to thank Ila Gandhi and the organizing committee for once again pulling off a wonderful event, a very symbolic event, and let the consciousness of our people increase. As we were walking, I got the opportunity to listen to Radio Lotus on the loudspeaker, and the topic of discussion was name changes in the city of Durban. And it is indeed a controversial one when you think about it, but we have to transform our society. It cannot remain with remnants only of the colonial past. If we are a multicultural society, then we must take into account the needs and wishes of all our people. Not only those people who have access to the electronic media, the print media, but people, poor people that live in townships, that live in rural areas, who today still haven't in a tangible way benefited from our democracy. So we'll continue to bring about changes. I've been asked on many occasions by people here in South Africa and people in India why we decided on Point Road being renamed Mahatma Gandhi Road. Now, the motivation that came to the council was that the Point Road leads to the exact spot where the first Indian indentured laborers landed, in the Truro and the Belvedere. Secondly, it might have been a back street in the past associated with a lot of evil and social ills, but today it's been transformed into a brand new precinct. The city's biggest investment of 730 million rand was in the Ushaka Marine Road, right there in the Point precinct. So we are saying that it's going to be transformed, and certainly we would like the support of our people, but please participate in the affairs of your municipality. It's part of the democratic process, and I'm sure this is what all those who have laid down their lives for freedom and democracy would have wanted, for you to continue to participate in our country's affairs. I wish you well. Thank you for your participation. A very special thank you to the organizing committee and of course Metro Police. I thought Metro Police did a wonderful job today, right along the route from Gandhi Settlement right to here the beachfront, in ensuring that the walkers continue to walk in very safe circumstances. Thank you once again.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Give a big hand to the Deputy Mayor, of course the City of Durban, Sequeni Municipality, and a very big hand to the Metro Police. Now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the first countries to break links with South Africa during the dark days of apartheid was India, and Gandhiji ensured that there will be a permanent link between South Africa and India, since he had the birth of his political education here in South Africa. And we are very proud today to have Mr. Shringla, the Consul General of India, who is one of those people that are putting those links back together again. So I'm very privileged to call upon now the Consul General of India, Mr. Shringla, who has arrived in South Africa a few months ago, but is already making a lot of waves in the city of Durban. Mr. Shringla.
Thank you, Vasu, for the very kind words. Deputy Mayor Logi Naidu, Mrs. Ila Gandhi, Mr. Ronnie Govender, and members of the Salt March Organizing Committee, fellow walkers, friends. 77 years ago, when Mahatma Gandhi picked up a handful of salt, it was no mere act of symbolism. His was the act that inspired hundreds of thousands of people in India to spontaneously take to a peaceful, non-violent acts of civil disobedience that shook the very foundations of what was then the largest empire in the world, and led ultimately to the independence not only of India, but subjugated countries all over the world from the yoke of colonialism. But we must not forget where it all began. In this 100th anniversary of the launch of the Satyagraha movement, it is important for us to remember that Mahatma Gandhi developed his ideas of Ahimsa, Satyagraha and Sarvodaya and perfected the techniques of passive resistance in South Africa. And I think we in India owe a debt to those people in South Africa who started this movement with Mahatma Gandhi and who inspired millions of people, not just in this country, but all over the world. And today I was struck when I joined fellow walkers from the Phoenix settlement by the sense of commitment, dedication, self-sacrifice, and sense of history that the over 1,000 walkers that came together from Inanda, from KwaMashu, from Chatsworth, Phoenix, all over Durban today on the Sunday morning to join us for this long walk. And this again was no act of symbolism, because I think what the people of this city, the people of this country, where the concept of Satyagraha first began, are saying, and this is a message I think they are conveying to the entire world, is that in today's day and age, when violence and conflict are so much a part of our lives, it is important to remember that after all, non-violence, peaceful means of attaining of your objectives succeeded and has succeeded all over the world. And this is the message I think that the people of this city and this country have to deliver to all of us. And I would be very happy to get some of our Indian media agencies to let the people of India know what a wonderful spirit that was exhibited today by the members of this organizing committee, those who undertook the Salt March with us. After all, non-violence is not new to this continent. In the spirit of Ubuntu, the concept of I am what you are, respect for fellow individuals, African Renaissance, these are not new to this continent. And I think when it dovetails with the concept of Satyagraha, then we have an entire understanding which many of us need to know, not just here but all over the world. And I'm happy to note that the new International Center for Non-Violence is opening up in the Durban University of Technology, and I'm sure this will become an instrument to disseminate the message of non-violence, peace, and respect to fellow human beings that Gandhiji enunciated so many years ago, and whose message is very much alive today. So let me not take more time, and I think I agree with Deputy Mayor Logi Naidu when he says that our knees are a little shaky here. And I'm sure most of the marchers who were with us on this very invigorating march would agree that we should do away at least with the formalities that I represent as soon as possible. But I think it would not be it would be amiss on my part not to recognize the enormous contribution made by some of those who are here today. Mrs. Ela Gandhi, Mrs. Sridhar, the other ladies who kept a grueling pace and motivated us in that manner. Our own two Mahatma Gandhis, Mr. Thakur and Mr. Krishna Govinda, who inspired us. The marshals and members of the Metro Police who kept us safe and secure. The volunteers who made sure that we had plenty of fluids and energy to keep up the march. The members of the organizing committee who did such a wonderful job in ensuring that this march was smooth, and it was not just a 20-kilometer walk, but a very inspiring, invigorating experience, at least of my stay in this country. And thanks to all the walkers who came with us, all of you are here this morning to keep alive the spirit of non-violence, peaceful cooperation, ahimsa, Ubuntu and Satyagraha. Thank you very much once again for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shringla. We are now at the end of our program. And ladies and gentlemen, Gandhi left the world with a legacy. He also left the world with a granddaughter, who in her own right has been the grande dame of resistance in South Africa. And I'd be failing in my duty if I didn't call her to just say a few words to you.
Thank you very much, Basu. I'm sorry that I couldn't manage the whole walk today. I think my age is catching up with me. But I just want to say that it was really wonderful. We started off in the first year with about 300 people, and today the third walk has about 1,000 and over 1,000, I think. So it's thank you to all of you for coming, and I hope that all of you are going to bring one more person next year so that we have double the amount of people next year. This walk is here to stay. It's going to be happening every year, and it's going to be one of the events of Durban that everybody will look forward to. So thank you very much to all of you, and thanks to Basu for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Ila. Last but definitely not least, I'd like to call on Prakash Nanji, who's part of the Salt March Organising Committee, to just give a vote of thanks to all our special guests.
Thank you, Tracy. A very good afternoon to the Consul General of India, Harshvardhan Shringla, Ministers, Deputy Mayor Logi Naidu, Councillors, international visitors, other distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. On behalf of the Gandhi Salt March Organising Committee, we extend our sincere thanks and gratitude to the Consul General of India, the Ministers, Deputy Minister and Deputy Mayor for the support and messages of support. To our international guests and our friends from outside Durban, we record our thanks to you for participating. To all our participants, both the elderly and the young, your participation in the Salt March has indeed contributed to its success, and we thank you. To all the marshals and volunteers, your commitment and assistance is undoubtedly commendable. To the Islamic Medical Association and the Durban Technology for the emergency medical services, we thank you for volunteering. To the performance of Nilgiri Secondary, as well as the Peace Train, I think they performed and they're going to perform shortly. Your performance is highly appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, the meals today have been provided by the Hare Krishna Movement Food for Life project. A very big thank you to you. Our heartfelt thanks must be expressed to eThekwini Municipality and the KZN Sports and Recreation Department for providing funds to cover some of the costs of our requirements. Your contribution ensured that our event was successful. The following persons who contributed finance, and we express our sincere appreciation to Mr. Viren Singh and the directors of Gilda Investments. To Ajay Rupla for his support and donation. To Tony Miller Promotions for producing medals at a reduced cost. And to Advanced Forklift Services for sponsoring the t-shirts. Once again, the South African National Defence Force, Army Support Base Durban has supported us in many ways, and we are very grateful for your support. To all stakeholders, your inputs have contributed to the success of the Salt March. At this point, I'd like to have a commercial break. Marshals to return bibs and flags to Devin Pillay. And you. And we thank the Army as well. To Zoreen Adams and Greg Adams for securing sponsorships. Precision Metal for making of the torch. Looks like I shouldn't have taken part in that march. I should have stayed behind and organized myself better. To the directors of Curry's Fountain Sports Development Center, we appreciate your support in providing the premises for meeting and resources. The media, SABC TV, Ikozi FM, Lotus FM, the print media, your coverage prior to the event and during has undoubtedly contributed to the success. We appreciate your effort. To the Chatsworth Athletic Club, Durban University of Technology Athletic Club, we thank you for your assistance. We record a special thanks to Sue Mola and ABI for their support and contribution. Not forgetting our program directors, Vasu Goundan and Tracy Semple. Thank you very much for blessing our function. Last but not least, the Gandhi Salt March Organizing Committee. I don't want to say much. I think the public bear testimony to your hard work. To all those not mentioned and that have assisted, our sincere gratitude to you. Thank you very much and a safe journey home.
Thank you very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we wish you a very blessed remainder of your Sunday. Please don't forget your meals, your t-shirts and your medals. Please hang around. We've got some really, really good entertainment for you. And last but definitely not least, Mr. Preggy Chetty, if you can please make your way behind me. Karina needs you quite desperately. Preggy Chetty. Thank you very much, everybody, and have a blessed day.
chairs to sit?
I just gave them. Okay.
One medium?
No, you didn't give me. You gave the lady.
Medium? No, small. Sorry. Yeah, we don't There's running out of t-shirts. Okay, large. One large and then Okay, Zaskia, I believe you took part in the march today. Tell us, how did you feel marching?
Oh, it was very good. It was a lot of fun. I talked with all my friends the time and listened to music. It was very good.
And did you learn anything about the Gandhi Salt March, or did you just take part in the march?
No, I think it's very important to take part in the Salt March because to say that people be not violent and respect each other, and I think it's very important.
Great. Do you have any comments on the march itself? Anything you'd like to say?
I think it's very good that so many people did the Salt March.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.